Good evening, dear students. Today we are going to learn the next concept, that is food serving etiquettes. Then the next one is accommodation policies. These are the concepts we are going to learn today. For that purpose, I want to share the screen over here. Just wait for a second. Okay. Last lecture, we had give a focus on, I guess, if I'm not wrong, principles of management. Nay. Okay. This one is, that is food serving etiquettes. That is today's topic. For that purpose, I just want to broaden this screen. Okay, fine. Uh, 3.4, that is food serving etiquettes. That includes importance and key elements of food serving etiquettes. What is the meaning of food serving etiquettes in the hospitality industry? The hotel staff should adopt good etiquettes for serving food in a hotel, especially in star hotels, that is 5-star or 7-star hotels. Proper food serving etiquettes are required so as to create a good dining experience for the guest. Food serving etiquettes encompasses or give the more focus on the set of rules and practices that guide the presentation and service of food to the guest. These etiquettes are not focused about following formalities, but it is very much essential in creating a pleasant dining experience, demonstrating respect for the guest, and maintaining the standards of the establishment. Proper food serving etiquettes reflect the professionalism of the staff and contribute significantly to the overall impression of the hotel or the restaurants. फूड एटिकेट्स डेफिनेटली प्ले एन इम्पोर्टेंट रोल. मतलब कैसे है ना कि जब भी प्लेट्स में जो फूड है, हाँ, वो अगर प्रॉपर तरीके से अगर उसको डिजाइन किया रहेगा, then ultimately the guest satisfy enough. Each and every things has to be proper in place, like bread and knife, then bread plate, dessert spoon, cake fork, wine glass, water glass, then soup spoon, teaspoon, dinner knife, dinner fork, and salad spoon, as well as napkins. All these are ingredients should be kept in a proper manner on the table, which result in to create a better impact in the minds of the guest. Importance of food serving etiquettes are: first one is guest satisfaction. Proper serving techniques create the wonderful dining experience by ensuring that guests feel attained to and valued the services. This contributes to overall guest satisfaction, which is crucial for the reputation and success of the hotel industries or the specific kind of the hotel. Then second one is health and safety. Following food serving etiquettes ensure that food is handled in a safety manner, minimizing the risk of contamination or accidents. This is particularly important in maintaining hygiene standards and preventing foodborne illness. For example, if I want to order the say pani puri, okay, from the hotel itself, then my dining experience is like they served us through the different kind of the plates with all the kinds of the puris, and methi chutney and that is sweet chutney and the tikhi chutney are separate from the plate itself. They always apply the we can say like a proper hygiene. They always go through the proper hygiene while preparing the puris and hand it over to us. So this kind of the things comes in the part of health and the safety manner. Then third one is cultural sensitivity. In an increasingly globalized world, understanding and respecting different cultural practices related to the food services is vital. Food serving etiquettes help in respecting the guest cultural norms and dietary restrictions. thereby avoiding misunderstanding or offenses. Cultural sensitivity means what? As you all are known very well, guest comes from the various kinds of the region, so their taste and preferences are quite different from the others. So the hotel management definitely play an important role to respect their food requirements as well as to provide the food as per their likes and dislikes. So these things are applicable in the part of cultural sensitivity. Then professionalism. Proper etiquette reflects the professionalisms of the service staff. It shows that establishment values quality and attention to detail, which can differentiate a hotel or restaurant from its competitors. Professionalism means अगर हर वो चीज as per the rules and regulations से अगर follow होगी within in the hotel industries, then ultimately professionalism reflects, which result in to receive the guest satisfaction as well as the profit from the market. अगर hygiene food, tasty food, attractive food provide to the guest with the proper table manner, then ultimately it results in to receive the guest satisfaction. Point number 5 is the efficiency. Efficiency of the business totally depend upon the three things, that is training and development, research and development, as well as technological upgradation comes into the picture in the part of hospitality management, that is known as the efficiency. Key elements of food serving etiquettes. First one is preparation and presentation. First one is plating. Second one is temperature control. And third one is culturally and utensils are on the proper place. Plating. The visual presentation of the food is as important as its taste. Plating should be a pleasing manner with attention to color, texture, and arrangement. The plate should not be overcrowded, and garnishes should be used to enhance the appearance without overwhelming the dish. The best example, whenever you visit a cake shop, बराबर है, तो केक शॉप में जाने के बाद ना हम लोग वैरायटीज ऑफ केक जस्ट शो करते हैं, जो जस्ट देखते हैं. वो देखने के बाद उसका जो टेक्सचर रहता है, कलर कॉम्बिनेशन रहता है, उसके जो नाम्स रहते हैं, दैट इज वेरी इन द डिफरेंट डिफरेंट मैनर, दैट वो सब देखने के बाद वी आर टोटली अट्रैक्ट टुवर्ड्स दैट डिश एंड वी place the order for the specific kind of the cakes. That is nothing but the attractive plating. That is known as point number 1. Point number 2 is temperature control. Dishes should be served at the appropriate temperature, with hot dishes kept hot and cold dishes kept cold until they reach the guest. For example, we can say any kind of the eatable goods, like at the time of lunch and dinner, definitely hotel industries has to be provide the hot food to the guest enough, because it's a lunch time. But at the same time, the temperature has to be controlled by the chef itself whenever they provide the food to the guest, with hot dishes kept hot and cold dishes kept cold until they reach the guest. This requires coordination between the kitchen and the service staff. Point number third is culturally and point number third is cutlery and utensils. Ensure that the correct cutlery is provided based on the course being served. For example, a soup spoon for a soup, a fish knife for fish, a dessert fork or spoons for desserts. The placement of cutlery should follow standard etiquettes, with, with knife on the right and fork on the left of the plate. That is the rules has to be followed while designing the table. The next one is serving techniques. That is point number 2. First one is approach. When serving, the server should approach. यहाँ पे server नहीं आएगा, यहाँ पे we can say waiter आएगा और the service staff आएगा. The service staff should approach the guest from the left side if placing the plate, and from the right side if removing it. This standard practice helps to avoid any miscommunication or inconvenience to the guest. That is known as the approach. Then second one is serving sequence. Start by serving woman first, then men, then finally the host if applicable. This sequence show respect towards the guest. Point number third is clearing plates. Plates should be cleared once all guests have finished their course. main course, or they wants to start with the dessert, then in that case the plate should be clear. A plate should be removed from the right side, and servers and service staff should be discreet in their movement to avoid disturbing the guest. मतलब जब भी उनका खाना या फिर डेजर्ट जो भी है सूप्स अगर खत्म हो जाता है, देन क्विकली वो डिश को कलेक्ट करना इंपॉर्टेंट है, पर एट द सेम टाइम वो कलेक्ट करने के टाइम जो गेस्ट है उनका कम्युनिकेशन डिस्टर्ब नहीं होना चाहिए. So these things are applicable in the part of serving sequence. Third one is that is the part of comes in the part of clearing plates. Fourth one is handling glassware. Glasses should be handled by the steam, particularly wine glasses, to avoid leaving fingerprints on the bowl. When pouring wine or other beverages, the bottle should not touch the rim of the glass. That is, the etiquette should be followed. That is known as the table manners, we can say. That is known as the serving techniques. Next one is interaction with guests. Point number one is politeness and professionalism. That should be followed by each and every service staff towards the guest. Say hi, hello, welcome ma'am, welcome sir. That is known as the politeness or professionalism. Overall warm welcome to the guest with a pleasant smile. The guest must be addressed by name such as Mr. if name is known, or with sir or madam. Guests are made seated according to their preferences. The guest should be provided assistance for sitting at the table, such as pulling the chair. Assistance need to be given for coat check whether it is required. These are the things comes in the part of politeness and the professionalism. The next one is communication. Communication definitely play an important role in the part of hospitality management. The service staff should clearly and confidently describe the dish being served, particularly in fine dining settings. If asked about ingredients or preparation methods, the service providers should be knowledgeable and provide accurate information about the dish itself. That is known as the communication. If I order the pizzas and at the same time if I ask about the toppings, then definitely service providers had the having lots of information about the toppings itself. That the things comes in the part of communication procedure. Handling request. Special requests or dietary restrictions should be accommodated immediately. Service providers should confirm these requests with the kitchen and ensure that the guest needs are met without making them feel like an inconvenience. For example, if the guests are dislike about the mushrooms used in the vegetables, then that kind of the requirements they suggest or they told to the service staff. Then at the same time, service staff convey the message to the kitchen chef that avoid the mushrooms in the vegetables preparation. That things comes in the part of handling request. Point number 4 is timing and pace. Pacing of services means what? The timing of each course is crucial to maintaining the flow of the dining experience. Courses should be served at a pace that allows guests to enjoy their meal without feeling rush or delay. Communication between the kitchen and service staff is key to achieving this balance. Pacing of service means what? Actually, whenever the guests order the food, that is the responsibility of each and every management, each and every manager, that food should be reached within the specific time limit to the guests, which result in excellent dining experience achieved from the guest point of view. That is known as pacing of services. Means goods reach at the right time and at the right time with the minimum time period to the guest. Next one is drink service. Drink service. Beverages should be refilled regularly but not excessively. Guests should not have to ask for a refill. The server should anticipate their needs and other to top up drinks when appropriate. That is known as drink service. That is applicable to the pub or any kind of the family bars itself. That is known as a drinking service. Then point number 5 is attention to the details. That is known as cleanliness. Ensures that the dining area, including the table, glassware, is clean and free of fingerprints. Spills or crumbs should be promptly cleaned up without drawing attention. So cleanliness has to be there. Cleanliness has to be there in the part of hospitality management. Napkin service. When a guest leaves the table temporarily, the server should fold the napkin neatly and place it on the arm of the chair or the left of the place setting. Upon the guest's return, the server should offer to unfold napkin for them. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर सपोज गेस्ट वॉशरूम के लिए जा रहा है बराबर है देन एट द सेम टाइम जो भी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स है वो गेस्ट वॉशरूम से रिटर्न आने के बाद दैट इज their प्राइम रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू again offer the napkins to the guests to settle down. That is known as the napkin services. That is very minimal services, what I feel. Point number 6 is cultural consideration. First one is respecting the culture norms. I guess same points repeatedly again and again. As a hotel industry, the most of the guests comes from various kinds of the region, so their dressing styles, their food habits are quite different. Then in that case, hospitality industries has to respect their food habits and provide the food as per their own requirements. That is known as the respecting cultural norms. Then handling of religious dietary restrictions. Some guests may have religious dietary restrictions such as kosher, halal, or vegetarian diets. Servers should be acknowledgeable about these requirements and ensure that they are respected throughout the meal. These are the services might be offered from some sort of guest that is known as the handling of religious dietary restrictions. Then point number 7 is handling special situation. Food allergies. Yes, some sort of guests are like कि उनको ना suppose banana खाया या फिर apple खाया, apple juice भी पिया, then ultimately that apple not suitable for their health, so it is quite restrictable. So such kind of the allergies, food allergies, the guest actual communicate to the service providers. So that will be helpful from the service providers point of view that they are avoid such kind of the food offered to the guest. That is known as food allergies. Servers or service providers must be aware about the food allergies and communicate them clearly to the kitchen. It is essential to ensure that the guest receives a meal free of allergies and cross contamination is avoided. मतलब अगर किसी गेस्ट को ना गोभी से एलर्जी होता है, पत्ता गोभी से एलर्जी होता है, फ्लावर से एलर्जी होता है, then in that case that communication has to be there from the guest to the service provider. अगर वो communication होगा ना, then only service provider convey the message to the chef that avoid these two ingredients into the preparation about the vegetables. That is known as the, we can say, food allergies, that it can be possible to avoid the food allergies and provide the healthy food to the guest. Point next one is dietary preferences. Guests may have specific dietary preferences such as gluten-free or vegan diets. These should be accommodated without making the guest feel that they are imposing on the establishment. That is known as dietary preferences. Then point number 8 is, okay, closing the meal, offering dessert and coffee if it is required after all. After the main course, the service providers should offer the dessert menu and inquire if guests would like coffee or tea or ice cream. The timing of this offer should coincide with the clearing of the main course dishes. After all, after finishing up dinner or lunch, the service provider may ask that guest if you want tea, coffee, or buttermilk or some sort of ice creams or milkshakes. Then accordingly, they receive the orders from the guest and they ultimately place the order from the chef itself. During that period, the other housekeeping should be clean up the table immediately. That is known as the offering dessert and the coffee. That is general knowledge, some sort. Final check. Before before presenting the check, ensure that all the guests are satisfied and that any remaining dishes or drinks are served promptly, and definitely guests receive the better satisfaction from the hotel itself. That is known as the final check. And the bill payment is the next procedure. Like whenever the guest asks for the bill, then immediately bill issue to the guest and ensure that to make the payments or to receive the payments from the guest itself. Ethical consideration. First one is honesty and integrity. In all these interactions, the service provider should maintain honesty and integrity. These include being truthful about the ingredients, preparation methods, and availability of dishes. Any mistakes made in the order should be promptly acknowledged and corrected. And if any kind of a single mistake definitely ultimately reflect the brand about the hotel itself. Guest privacy. Service providers should respect the privacy of guests, refraining from engaging in conversation that may be too personal or intrusive. But I don't think so. Ki guests and the professional staff do not want to that much communicate with each other, which can be communicate their personal issues to the service staff. It won't be possible practically. The focus should be on providing excellent services while allowing guests to enjoy their meal without unnecessary interruptions. So these are all the kind of the some sort of general knowledge in the part of food serving etiquettes. 3.5 is accommodation policy. What is the meaning of accommodation policy? Reasons and key elements for the accommodation policy. It is quite lengthy, what I feel. Accommodation policy means first one is the accommodation policy of a hotel states the rules and guidelines relating to booking, check-in, stay, and check-out procedures for guests. The accommodation policy of a hotel contain the following elements, but in these books they already include accommodation policies are essential for several reasons. और मतलब accommodation policy जो rules and regulations हैं वो होटल इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए या फिर हॉस्पिटैलिटी मैनेजमेंट के लिए सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी क्यों है? What was the reason behind this? कि accommodation policies are essentials for these are the several reasons. Point number one is operational efficiency. Clear policies help streamline operations, ensuring that all the staff members are aware of their duties and responsibilities, and and definitely the task handle with the smooth manner. That is known as, or that's the main reason operational efficiency is required. Then guest satisfaction. By setting clear expectations, accommodation policies contribute to a positive guest experience. They provide guests with information on what to expect during their stay, which helps in reducing any potential confusion or dissatisfaction. That is known as guest satisfaction itself. Then legal complaint. Accommodation policies ensure that the hotel complies with the local, regional, and international laws and regulations. These include reflect the health and safety standards, managing guest data privacy, and ensuring non-discriminatory practices. Legal compliance की क्यों जरूरत है? मतलब होटल इंडस्ट्रीज को नेशनल, इंटरनेशनल, लोकल, रीजनल ऑल द रूल्स के बारे में पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन होना जरूरी है, which result in any kind of the discrepancies can be avoided in the future as well. Point number 4 is revenue management. These policies also play a key role in managing revenue by defining room rate, cancellation fees, and other charges. Effective accommodation policies help maximize occupancy rates and profitability. That is known as the revenue management. The next one is crisis management. If any kind of the crisis happens within the management and employees, within the between the management and the employees, between the employees and the guests, then in that case, various kind of the strategies definitely play an important role to avoid such kind of discrepancies. Third person definitely play an important role to resolve the issues. Whether the guest is dissatisfied about the food, then it is the chef responsibilities to provide the quality food to the each and every guest. That is nothing but the crisis management or issue management has to be handled on the spot basis. Then key components of accommodation policies. First one is booking and reservation policies. Reservation process. Booking and reservation. Okay. Booking. Guest can book rooms online, over the phone, or in person. Booking confirmation. Guest may have to confirm the book by paying in advance to online or offline. Cancellation. Guest may cancel the booking as per the rules and regulations of the hotel. Age proof and identity proof may be needed for the guest. Age proof is required for certain guests, especially the minors. That is known as reservation process. एडवांस पेमेंट्स, गारंटी वर्सेस नॉन गारंटेड रिजर्वेशन एंड ग्रुप रिजर्वेशन। अगर ग्रुप रिजर्वेशन रहेगा तो डेफिनेटली होटल्स प्रोवाइड अ लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ डिस्काउंट टू द गेस्ट एंड उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन उनको पहले देना जरूरी होता है बिफोर द बुकिंग। देन नेक्स्ट वन इज चेक इन एंड चेकआउट पॉलिसी। ओके, ये कंबाइन में हम लोग कैसे लिखेंगे पता है? चेक इन टाइम, आइडेंटिफिकेशन, रजिस्ट्रेशन, डिपॉजिट एट चेक इन, चेकआउट टाइम, एक्सप्रेस चेकआउट। ओके, hotels state the check-in designated times for the guest, like 10 o'clock check-in and next day 12 o'clock checkout, or first 12 o'clock check-in and next day 10 o'clock checkout. That is the timing registered, timing mandatory by the hotel industry or hospitality management. Valid identification need to be provided at the time of check-in, such as Aadhaar card, passport, or any other valid proof. And payment methods and the amounts are also to be provided by the guest as per the accommodation policy of the hotel. So these are the things comes in the part of check-in and check-out policy. Then cancellation and now show policy. Cancellation terms. If the guest cancel the rooms or their reservation, then 24 hours before the booking, 24 with a certain period before the arrival date, that is 24 or 48 hours, are free of charge. While later cancellation may incur a fee chargeable. That is, charges might be charges are applicable. No show charges. If a guest failed to show up without canceling their reservation, they may be charged a no-show fee, often equivalent to one night stay. This policy helps the hotel mitigate the financial impact of unsold rooms. Group cancellation policies. For group bookings, cancellation terms may be strictly enough, with penalties applied based on the size of the group and the timing of the cancellation. This is crucial for protecting the hotel from significant revenue losses. These are the things comes in the part of third, cancellation and non-show policy. Point number 4 is room allocation and upgrading policy. That is nothing but room preferences, room upgrades, and overbooking policy. So over here we can say like this: occupancy limits, that is the number of guests that can be accommodated per room, are stated, that is known as room preferences. Additional guests other than the accompany limit may be accommodated as per the policy of the hotel, room preferences. Policy regarding pets accommodation is stated to the guest whenever is necessary, that is room upgradation. Policy regarding the additional rooms is also stated. Room upgrades mean suites. Then we can say penthouse or clubhouse. These are the upgradations should be informed by the guest to the service provider timely wise. Overbooking policy. अगर सपोज मेरे 10 गेस्ट आने वाले हैं तो अल्टीमेटली 10 गेस्ट का ही बुकिंग प्री एडवांस में होगा। अचानक से अगर 50 गेस्ट आए टू स्टे पर्पस, then it won't be possible to on the spot booking done by the hospitality management. It won't be possible enough. That is known as the overbooking policy. Then point number 5 is guest privacy and data protection policy. That is known as confidentiality, room privacy, CCTV, and surveillance. CCTV. Confidentiality means hotels collect and store personal information from the guests, including names, contact details, payment information. The privacy policy should detail how this information is used, stored, and protected to ensure compliance with data protection laws. That is known as confidentiality. Room privacy. The policy should state that hotel staff will not enter a guest room without permission unless it is for scheduled housekeeping or in an emergency situation. It should also outline procedures for handling lost keys or unauthorized room entry. CCTV. If the hotel uses CCTV for security purpose, the policy should inform the guests about the areas under the CCTV and how the footage is used in the future. That is known as CCTV camera. CCTV's benefits. Sixth one is housekeeping and maintenance policy. First one is daily housekeeping. Most hotels, we can say, yes, most hotels mostly use the daily housekeeping to maintain cleanliness and comfort. The policy should inform guests about the standard timing of their services and how to request additional cleaning or dry cleaning about any kind of the services. Maintenance request. Guests should be informed about how to report maintenance issues such as broken fixture or malfunctioning equipment and the expected response time from the hotel's maintenance room. It depends. It depends on varies to varies about the hotel itself. Uh, Towel policy. Okay, to promote it is quite new for me also. Um, to ensure sustainability, some hotels encourage guests to reuse towels and lines and lenience during their stay. The policy should outline how guests can opt into or decline these practices. I don't think so. It is very much important point. Okay, there is towel policies or something. Next one is guest conduct and damage policy. Behavioral expectations, damage to property, and loss can found over here, we can say like this, the accommodation policy may frame rules and guidelines regarding damage to hotel property and theft itself. Guests are responsible for any damage or theft of hotel items during the stay of the guest in the hotel. Guests are supposed to report any incidents of theft or damage that take place during their absence from the room to the hotel staff or to the concerned manager or the supervisor. Hotels are expected to provide information to the guest about their responsibilities regarding hotel property and their prevention measures. Guests are subject to additional charges towards damage or theft of hotel items that take place in the rooms of the guest. So these are the things comes in the part of guest conduct and damage policy. Emergency and safety policy. Emergency procedure, fire safety and medical assistance. Emergency procedure, the policy should clearly communicate the procedures for various emergency situations such as fire, medical emergencies, or natural disasters. These include evacuation routes, which is designed by the hospitality management timely wise, which can be freely enough or which can be rescue the guest at the time of emergency situation. Then next one is fire safety. The policy should include information on fire safety measures such as the location of fire extension, smoke detectors, and the emergency exit. Medical assistance, guests should be informed about the availability of medical services if any kind of the emergencies happen, like heart attack or the any kind heart attack, such as on-site medical staff or the nearest hospitals or the clinic. That is known as medical assistance. At the time of heart attack, if such kind of the situations happens, then the hotel management should be aware the guest hotel management should be provided information to the guests about the nearby hospitals or the any kind of the medical services. Then special requests and service policy, accessibility, paid policy and extra amenities. Accessibility, hotels should clearly state their policy regarding accommodation including available room features, wheelchair services, and disability services about the guest. Then paid policy, yes, as if now, every woman, as if now the high society class mostly यूज और मोस्टली क्या बोल सकते हैं हम लोग संभाल के रखते हैं पेट्स को. इन दैट केस द पेट पॉलिसी कम्स इन द पिक्चर. मतलब ना हाई क्लास सोसाइटी में एक दूसरे के साथ बात करने में उनको टाइम नहीं रहता उनके पास, बट एट द सेम टाइम दे आर क्वाइट अटैच टू द पेट. अल्टीमेटली क्या होता है ना, मैंने एक आर्टिकल पढ़ा था कि ये सब होने की वजह से ना पेट भूल जाते हैं कि उनको क्या एक्टिविटी एक्चुअली करना है, ड्यू टू द एक्स्ट्रा अटेंशन गिवन बाय द ह्यूमन बीइंग फॉर देयर ओन सेल्फ, क्या बोल सकते सेल्फ बेनिफिट. Paid policy, if the hotel allows paid, the policy should detail any restrictions, additional fees, or services. If pets are not allowed, exceptions for service animals should be clearly defined. Extra amenities. The policy should outline the process for requesting additional amenities such as extra bed, extra pillow, or any associated cost. These are the things comes in the part of special request and the service policy. Loyalty programs and membership policy, enrollment and benefits. Enrollment benefits, the best example like Mahindra and Mahindra Group. Tata's is the best example like enrollment and benefits. When we took the enrollment or we lifetime enrollment in the Mahindra Group, then definitely we can select the hotels, Mahindra groups of hotels from overall in India at anywhere, and we definitely receive the rooms whenever as per our requirements. These are the things comes in the part of enrollment and the benefit. अगर हमारे पास मेंबरशिप कार्ड रहेगा ना, तो अल्टीमेटली हम कभी भी वो स्टेट में विजिट करेंगे और महिंद्रा एंड महिंद्रा ग्रुप का उधर होटल्स रहेगा, देन उसके तो वहां पे हमें बुकिंग मिलेगा ही. बट डेफिनेटली प्री इंफॉर्मेशन हैज टू बी रिक्वायर्ड while before visiting that hotels. Then next one is points redemption. Guests should be informed about how to redeem loyalty points, including any blackout dates, minimum stay requirements, or restrictions on the types of rooms available for the redemptions. So these are the things comes in the part of loyalty programs and the membership policies. I guess points are too lengthy. Explanation is some you can write the explanation as per your own wordings. जो भी etiquettes हम लोग follow करते हैं, that you should give the focus on this and just elaborate the points. Okay. Yeah. Next lecture, we start with the next important concept, that is career opportunities in the hotel industry. And immediately we start with the fourth unit, that is the last one. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening me very carefully. Thanks. Have a great night. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.